Well, video game movies, you had a pretty good run. We had almost forgotten that you were once the redhead stepchild of pop culture adaptations, thanks to a streak of solid to good movies that appealed to gamers and casual fans alike. But then Borderlands comes along, feeling about 10 years out of date, and like some pathetic Guardians of the Galaxy knockoff, it reminds us how awful and an extreme waste of talent they can really be. Borderlands is based on a series of open-world shooter games that have millions of fans. Look, I'm more of an Overwatch guy, but Borderlands has its charms. A roster of quirky, weird characters with big personalities, an acid trip sense of humor, and a zany Mad Max-esque world of Pandora where it seems like anything can happen. Theoretically, it should make for a fun movie at bare minimum. And that's without mentioning the cast, which is phenomenal. But this derivative, loud, charmless, poorly directed, and painfully unfunny film should be game over to any hope of equal success on the big screen. Cate Blanchett, of all people, who shot this before Tar, by the way, plays the Han Solo, Star-Lord-esque ripoff Lilith, a bounty hunter with a shoot-first mentality and a spiky attitude. The evil corporate overlord Atlas, played by a charisma-free Edgar Ramirez, recruits Lilith, with the digital equivalent to a giant bag of cash, to rescue Tina, played by Barbie's Ariana Greenblatt, Atlas's daughter who could be key to a prophecy and the opening of a secret vault on Pandora that has vexed vault hunters for generations. While it's painful to watch the great Blanchett spout lousy one-liners and try to convince us her smirk is genuine, the other odd bit of casting is Kevin Hart. The funny man plays straight-laced soldier Roland, who in the film's opening moments we see breaking Tina out of prison in a series of bland shootouts with Atlas goons. Joining Roland in the breakout is Krieg, played by boxer and Creed actor Florian Munteanu, a bruising psychopath who instantly becomes the team bruiser, or the Drax equivalent. Actually, almost every character has a Guardians equivalent, which is why it feels so stale and redundant right off the bat. What passes for action kicks off when Lilith arrives on Pandora, where you might get attacked by giant monsters or whisked away by a Vault Hunter tour bus the next. Jack Black voices Claptrap, a motor mouth robot who is meant to be funny but is really annoying in the games and even worse in the movie. The best part about Claptrap is that Borderlands is so damn loud that most of his horrible jokes get drowned out anyway. Eventually, Lilith encounters the others, and after a squabble or two, they realize they all really hate Atlas and must work together to stop him and his evil plans. It all works out remarkably well, almost like they were destined to be a bunch of a-holes together. Another Oscar winner, Jamie Lee Curtis, at least seems to be having a good time as Dr. Patricia Tannis, Tina's foster mom. How bad is the Borderlands script? Well, Craig Mazin, the writer of HBO's Chernobyl and its amazing The Last of Us video game series, took his name off the movie after it was given a rewrite by Roth and Joe Crombie. The film has been through its share of problems, including recent reshoots led by Tim Miller, director of Deadpool, Terminator Dark Fate, and a producer on the far superior Sonic the Hedgehog movies. None of the characters are given the barest sketch of an original personality. I can imagine a scenario where Blanchett signed on thinking Lilith would be a lot more interesting than she turned out to be. Hart has been more animated in the Borderlands press tour than he ever is in the actual movie. If Roland vanished without explanation, it wouldn't make a lick of difference to the story, and the number of laughs would remain exactly the same. Roth is one of my favorite horror directors, but his escapades outside of the genre have been pretty terrible. He had to exit Borderlands reshoots in order to finish up Thanksgiving, and thank goodness he did because that film rocks and this one stinks. He can find cool ways to shoot a decapitation every day of the week, but his handling of wide-scale action is amateurish. The choreography is repetitive and shot without any sense of direction whatsoever. It's a shame too, because Blanchett's Lilith actually looks really cool. Kind of like a cross between Black Widow and Lara Croft. She's got slick moves and boss weapons, but Roth can't find a way to highlight either. The video game franchise is one that perpetuated the loot box craze that eventually drew backlash from gamers. Basically, you play or spend loads of real cash to acquire treasure chests that randomly offer rewards, like new weapons, skins, voices, etc., that are meant to extend your enjoyment. They're the video game equivalent to playing the slot machine. Borderlands is the empty loot box of video game movies, promising a lot, but delivering no rewards. Borderlands is in theaters now, and it gets a 1.5 out of 5. Thanks for checking out the show. If you like what we're laying down, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications for all of our latest stuff.